And ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's your host with the most, Brother B, doing a new segment called Story Time. I'm gonna make this one short and brief. This one is about trusting your gut. I had a customer. It was a friend of mine referred a lead to me, and the customer had a refrigerator and a dishwasher, and so he referred me the job. And when I spoke to the lady, like, I was really booked today, and I didn't really want this job neither. From the time she called me and said, look, I got your number from so and so, and he said you do good work, I already was like, man, I can't. I'm kind of booked up. And no, it don't matter. I don't care what time. You could come at night, whatever. Please. All right, no problem. And I give my spiel, right? But in my head, as I'm giving my spiel, when I say my spiel, like diagnostic fee, 69, we waive it with the repair. My talk, my speech that I give all my customers, all the alarms are ringing off in my head. Like, man, pass that job on, man. Tell her you can't do it. Tell her you can't do it. And when we were talking, like, I was trying to, like, look, I'm jammed up. Like, it's going to be late. And she was, I don't care, whatever. Like, she was so, but my something in me kept saying, don't take this job. Don't do the job. Tell her find somebody else. But anyway, I gave in to her, telling me to go. So, even though I didn't want to, it was like 8:30 at night. I finally wrapped up for the day, and I was like, damn, I still got one more to go. This lady, man, I knew I shouldn't have done this job, because I knew that, like, I was booked up today. I was super booked up. And, long story short, I get there. I quote her for the repair, and she's like, ooh, man, no, I can't do that. Oof, no, man. For that, I'll just I'll get used ones, or I'll see about if I can get it refurbished or something. I was like, all right, cool. Well, we do charge $69 for the diagnostic fee, and we'll, if you do decide to change your mind. And she was like, you didn't tell me about a diagnostic fee. And I looked her right in her face and said, you a liar. I did tell you. And at that point, I didn't care about, like, ethics or anything. Like, I didn't care about bearing, because, like, the way she said it, like, she knew that I knew that she was lying. And we all knew in the room she was lying. And the way she said it, she had, like, a little smirk. So, like, when I seen she ain't respect that it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm giving up my precious time, that you can't get that back. And my dog, I gotta walk him, like, my little personal life and stuff I had going on, like, I put all that on hold for this piece of scum. And, like, they try to get, like, act, play the little games when it was time to discuss the money. You know what? I just told her, like, look, you's a lie. I know you's a lie. I hope you feel good that it's 9 o'clock at night. You taking me away from my family and what I got going on. I hope you feel good about that. And I just left. I ain't causing no ruckus. I ain't, the worst thing I did was call her a lie to her face, which I should have did worse, but for what? You know what I'm saying? So the moral of the story was, I should have listened to my gut. And this is not the first time this happens to me. Every time I tell myself, stay away from that job, and I do it, I always get burnt. Maybe 1 out of 10, I'm like, damn, and I thought that was going to be a bad job. It ended up being great. I hardly ever remember saying that. I do remember saying it, though. But I always, like, have this conversation with myself. Like, you see, you should have listened to your gut. You should have listened to your gut. And it's true, man. Like, when you're doing this line of work, from the first 5, anybody that's been doing this a long time will agree with what I'm gonna say. You become, like, within the first 5 to 10 seconds, you could tell if this customer is gonna be a headache or not by the little questions they ask, the demeanor, the way they conduct themselves on the phone. You already know. If all the alarms in your head are ringing, spin that customer. Tell them 2 weeks, tell them find somebody else, tell them you don't service that brand, but always listen to your gut. And I'm gonna do that from now on. I don't care if they call me and say they have a Sub-Zero built in and they know that it's the I don't care what. They could tell me that they got 30, 40 million subs. I don't care no more. If my mind tells me no one time, I'm not doing it, because I always get burnt. Listen to your intuition. You know what I'm saying? Because when you fight it, you'll always get burnt. And, tonight was an example of that. So, that's my little story, y'all. It's kind of a freestyle. It just happened. So, if the details are kind of like, whatever, all over the road, I apologize. But I did want to share that with y'all. Because, don't make the mistakes I make, Learn from them. Listen to your gut at all times. If from the beginning the vibes ain't right, listen to your gut. Don't do the job. Not all money is good money. In this case, I didn't even make money. I lost money. Karma pays me back though, good. But, still, I'm not, I got to pay the bills. So, there y'all have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. In other news, just want to say a little couple things in regards to the channel. We got some new segments coming out. One of them is this one here, Story Time, where I'm just gonna tell some stories. They'll be brief, just to lighten up the mood and give the channel fresh content. And then another segment is surprise. I'm gonna show you. Oh, well, no. One is a surprise, and one I could tell you about. The one I could tell you about is I'm starting a new series. I'm going to begin selling appliances. So I'm gonna tell you like why I found, like, why I decided that I want to get into that. And I also gonna talk about what led me to want to jump into that. I mean, I still do repairs, but start pushing the sales objective as well. So stay tuned for that series. I haven't thought of a name for it yet, but basically it's gonna illustrate, like, from the time I go into the place where they have all the appliances for sale, which that's a story in itself, to me posting them online, me showing you how much I made for them. Like, it's gonna be a dope series. It's gonna be like eventually I want to get like a storefront and sell appliances. And again, I'm gonna talk more about this new segment in greater detail. I'm just giving you like the general gist of it, but it'll basically be like, you'll see the journey from day one to like when I actually get the storefront. So, what I'm saying, it's gonna be a dope series, and you'll be able to see like me flipping appliances and showing you everything, like how much I made, how much I paid for it, where I got it from. I'll show you the before, I'll clean them up, and the after I fix them. We'll go through the diagnostics together, you know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for that one. And then and then again, story time, and then another one that's gonna be a little surprise that is I think you guys are gonna like it. But with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, again, listen to your gut. Love, peace, and harmony. I hope everybody's having a good summer. We in peak season, so that's why I'm sure you guys are all booked. And I apologize for Friday night calling hour. Again, they were working in my house, so finally my studio's back up. I'll be back up on Friday. I couldn't shoot this weekend, so I was in a remote location. So just wanted to let y'all know that the channel will be back up and running on Friday calling hour. So ladies and gentlemen, call us up. You know the vibes. Alright, in the meantime, in between time, it's your host with the most, Brother B. I'm out.